Have you ever wondered why a young girl can smile in front of everyone, but cry alone at night? Why she overthinks simple words, gets attached too fast, or feels deeply hurt by things others easily ignore? This is not weakness. This is psychology. Behind a young girl's silence, there is a storm of emotions. Behind her confidence, there is often self-doubt. And behind her maturity, there is a child who was forced to grow up too early. Today, we are not talking about fashion, beauty, or trends. Today, we are stepping inside the mind of a young girl, her thoughts, her fears, her emotional world. Because if you truly understand her psychology, you will never judge her the same way again. Part 1. Emotional sensitivity of young girls. Young girls are naturally more emotionally sensitive. This is not a flaw. It is a biological and psychological design. Their brains are wired to feel emotions deeply. Happiness feels intense. Pain feels unbearable. Love feels overwhelming. A small comment can stay in her mind for days. A harsh word can become a lifelong scar. While boys are often taught to suppress emotions, girls are encouraged, sometimes forced, to absorb them. That's why young girls feel things deeply, remember emotional moments clearly, get hurt easily, and struggle to let go. This emotional depth makes them caring, loving, and empathetic, but it also makes them vulnerable. Part 2. Overthinking, the silent enemy. One of the strongest psychological traits of young girls is overthinking. She doesn't just think. She replays conversations. She analyzes tone, words, and expressions. Did I say something wrong? Why did he reply late? What if they don't like me? Overthinking is not drama. It is anxiety mixed with emotional intelligence. Young girls overthink because they want emotional security. They fear rejection. They crave validation. They are scared of being misunderstood. Sadly, overthinking often leads to self-blame, low confidence, emotional exhaustion, sleepless nights. Her mind becomes her biggest enemy. Part 3. Need for validation and approval. A young girl's psychology is strongly influenced by validation. Compliments, appreciation, and reassurance matter deeply to her. When she doesn't receive validation, she questions her worth, she doubts her beauty, she feels invisible. Social media has made this worse. Likes, comments, and attention have become measurements of self-worth. If she gets attention, she feels valued. If she doesn't, she feels ignored. This is why many young girls compare themselves constantly, seek approval from others, fear being replaced, feel insecure in relationships. Deep down, she just wants to feel enough. Part 4. Attachment and emotional bonding. Young girls form emotional attachments very easily. When she cares deeply. When she loves fully. This is because she invests emotionally. She imagines the future. She connects feelings with people. But attachment becomes dangerous when it turns into emotional dependency. When ignored, she feels abandoned. When replaced, she feels broken. This is why breakups affect young girls deeply. They don't just lose a person, they lose dreams, hopes, and imagined futures. Part 5. Fear of abandonment. One of the deepest fears in a young girl's psychology is fear of abandonment. This fear often comes from childhood emotional neglect, broken trust, sudden loss, being ignored emotionally. Because of this fear, she may overgive in relationships, stay silent to avoid conflict, accept less than she deserves, stay where she is not respected. She would rather hurt herself than risk losing someone. Part 6. Identity confusion. Young girls often struggle with identity. She asks herself, who am I really? What do people expect from me? Am I good enough? Society tells her, be confident, but not too bold. Be independent, but not rebellious. Be beautiful, but natural. Be strong, but emotional. These mixed messages create confusion. She tries to fit everywhere, but ends up losing herself. Part 7. Silent Strength of Young Girls. Despite all struggles, young girls are incredibly strong. They survive emotional pain silently. They heal quietly. They carry responsibilities beyond their age. Their strength is not loud. It is calm, patient, and enduring. A young girl may cry at night and still wake up smiling. That is not weakness. That is resilience. Part 8. What young girls truly need. What does a young girl truly need? Not perfection, not control, not constant criticism. She needs emotional safety, honest communication, reassurance, respect, understanding. She needs someone who listens without judging, someone who stays when things get difficult. At the end, if you know a young girl, love her gently. If you are a young girl, know this. Your emotions are not a weakness. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. Your heart is not a burden. You feel deeply because you are human. You care deeply because you are powerful. And one day, the same emotions that hurt you will become your greatest strength.